The sun is so bright this morning, so I've had to move to a different, well, it's actually the same part of the house, but just facing the other way. So because the window, I tried lowering the blinds, but there was still like a little tiny sliver of sun that was coming in, and it was just so bright. So anyway, so I flipped it around, and hopefully you can see, that's my front door. You can see the light coming through there. It is so bright. So I don't know what's going on today, but the sky is blue and it's a nice sunny day and we're living life. It's great. So I hope you guys have had a good week so far. It is Thursday, just in case you need a reminder, because I often do. Yeah, I hope you've had a great week. And today's topic is about, I've got my notes in front of me because this is quite a notes heavy little video, but hopefully I can stick to the notes and get it done nice and quick so you can get on with your day. So the topic is, how is physical health important to mental health? And just as a reminder, I get all these video topic ideas just from researching what you guys are Googling when it comes to like your mental health and things to help you, particularly like to do with things that I've gone through and things that I can actually speak to from experience, not from a place of like, it's not like I've received any particular training or like education around this, but this is just, when I have these videos, I kind of picture myself just like sitting across the table from you, sharing my journey and sharing what I have been through to help you with what you're going through. So before I get into that though, just a reminder to subscribe and hit the bell if you're watching this on YouTube. Again, this is going live in a few different places, but if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. Why would you do that? Because I'm here to share my journey on how I overcame mental health issues, really, and emotions that were going crazy. It's so bad that it stopped me from fulfilling the calling that God had for me. I would struggle through the day to even get through the day. I had physical health symptoms. I felt worn out and exhausted and tired. And even though I was getting so much sleep, I was still absolutely exhausted throughout my day. And yeah, mental issues as well. I had anxiety and depression, and it was just really tough. It was really difficult. And when you're in that place, you are just struggling to even do your basic life stuff, let alone actually make an impact for the kingdom. And so I know that I'm not the only one, and that other people have been through this as well or are going through this. And so my dream is to have this become a place that people who are in the place that I used to be can find this and get some real practical help. Biblically sound advice, as well as just practical tips on what I did to pull myself out of that. I shouldn't say pull myself out, because it was really God who pulled me out of that, but through a few different ways. And so that's what I'm here to do, is just to share my story and share what I did, so that hopefully I can free up more women to just become weapons for the kingdom of God. That is my dream. That, can you imagine the impact that this is going to have when, dozens and dozens and dozens of women are just freed up from their mental health issues, freed up from the spiritual attack that the enemy is doing on God's church, so that we can actually do kingdom work and work on, getting more souls into heaven, basically, in whatever way God's gifted you, using your gifts and talents to serve God in the place that He's called you to serve. But it's hard to do that when we're in a really difficult place mentally. So that's what I'm here for. And I honestly feel that God's calling me to do this. So if that sounds, if that's resonating with you, subscribe to the YouTube channel, or if you're watching on Facebook, just keep watching on Facebook. And then I also have an online community that I'm growing to, it's in a private Facebook group. So it's just a small group of women who know what it's like to go through that, and who can kind of spur each other on in this journey to growing in this area. So if that interests you, there should be a link in the description. Anyway, all that to say, today we're talking about physical health and the impact that it has on our mental health. So my little story about this is that I hate exercise or movement or moving my body. And I know hate is such a strong word and that sounds a little bit dramatic, but it's kind of true. I struggle. I'm more of a creative, sort of musical, artistic type of person. I can't do sport. I can't do that's the wrong wording. I struggle. It's not that I can't, it's that it's tricky. But yeah, so I have struggled in this area, but movement is so important for our physical health as well as our mental health. But even just longevity wise in our lifetimes, it's good to, I feel like I got a hair sitting right here. Got it. It's not just good, it's important to move our bodies. So I have had to really work on this. But the thing that I did is that I actually found something that I loved to do. So that is my biggest tip. I'm not even into the content yet, but that's my biggest tip for you if you're like me and you struggle to move your body just because you know, maybe you work in an office or something and you're not moving a lot, but also you it doesn't excite you. The idea of like maybe going to the gym or doing like home workouts or whatever, it's just you don't feel like you have the time or the energy, or it doesn't interest you. Find something, think outside of the box and find something that you really love to do. I actually, as a kid, I used to do dance and I used to do ballet. So I actually Googled and I was like, I wonder if there's like an online program or in-person classes or something for adults to do ballet for fitness, to just, as a way to move their bodies. And there is, and I found one. So if you want the details for that, let me know. So that's what I use. I do ballet online. So if you like to dance, or if you just think outside the box, there's so many, even if you do a quick Google search of like ways to move your body, you know, other than lifting weights or something. I'm sure you can find something that you go, actually, that sounds interesting. I might give that a go. Now I'm going to share with you why it's important to move your body mentally. We all know that physically we need to be moving our bodies, but it actually has a massive impact on our mental health. So there's just 3 benefits that I'll go through. And this is also, there's a blog post that goes with this video. So check the description excuse me, check the description for that. And that'll just give you a little bit more information in this. So the first benefit is that movement boosts your mood. I'm checking my notes for this because, again, I don't have training in this or whatever. This is just what Google tells me. So it doesn't have to be crazy exercise. It can just be gentle movement. Even just going for a walk or stretching or something is beneficial. It's still good, particularly for our mental health. So our brain actually releases endorphins when we move our bodies, even just through gentle exercise. And they're our feel-good chemicals. So when you move your body, it lifts your mood. So the endorphins lift your mood, but also it actually has an impact on anxiety and depression, if that's something that you're going through, whether you're diagnosed or not. Sometimes you just know that that's something that you're struggling with. So movement will actually have an impact, even gentle movement. So just take yourself off for a walk or something. The second benefit is that it reduces stress and anxiety. So regular movement actually reduces your cortisol, which is your stress hormone. So if you're exercising regularly, you're going to feel calmer and more in control. So if that's something that you're struggling with, if you're very stressed or whatever, incorporate regular movement. Again, doesn't have to be crazy, just movement in some form into your routine, and that will have an impact. And the third one is caring for your body is actually being a good steward. So we know biblically we're meant to be a good steward of the resources that God's given us for building his kingdom, for serving him. And you may or may not think about this, but so when you first became a Christian and you laid your life down in front of God and was like, here I am, take everything, like you've literally given your life for me. So in return, I'm going to give my life to you. And you're no longer living for yourself. You're now living for God and in service to him. And side note, but this is kind of funny to like the world when they see us be like, go from non-Christian lifestyle to becoming a Christian, and then suddenly being almost like, well, yeah, almost a slave to God, but in the most joyful way possible. And we're so full of joy, yet we're God's servant. Like, and they're like, what the heck? That's really random. But yeah, that's just a side note. But yeah, so when you do that, when you first became a Christian and you laid your life down in front of God and you gave him everything, and everything that you own and everything that you are became a resource for the kingdom of God. So you may or may not have thought of this, but your body is actually now not your own. It is now a resource for God's kingdom. So that's kind of an interesting way to think of it. So we're called to steward these resources wisely, and that includes your physical body. So I'm just checking my notes to see where I'm at. Yeah, so we need to make sure that we're taking care of our bodies, because it's going to mean that you're continuing to serve him for years to come, and it'll give you the strength to serve him for years to come. So that's kind of all I had to share with you today. So yeah, movement boosts your mood. It reduces your stress and anxiety, and caring for your body is actually being a good steward of the resources of the kingdom of God. So I hope that you enjoyed today. I hope you got something out of it. Jump into the free community if you're not in there already. It's slowly, I've got a fly buzzing around me. It's slowly building into a really fun little community. So we definitely want you in there. Jump in there, and I will see you